show this to you. It's a little blues riff that, well, actually there's a couple of them here. I'll show you that one. I'm going to show you this one. I'm playing the blues and I'm using the key, an A key instead of an E. And so we start out with an A seventh, goes back to a G sharp seventh. I believe that's what that would be. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And maybe I'll show you one up here too. Let's see, up at the ninth. There's a couple ways you can do that. It's actually an A seventh as well. G sharp seventh. It's just, and so it kind of goes really well with these blues, the 12-bar blues, where you and then you go up to the next, a D seventh. Seventh. So I thought I'd show that to you today, and we would just go over those blues riff parts. They actually are kind of well known, and they came from Robert Johnson, of course. And of course, you'll see the signature Robert Johnson. This is my little Gibson L1. It's felt that he played, or in the photos, I don't think the L1 quite looks like this one, but he did play an L1. In fact, when he did his blues, when he's playing in this A key, I've heard that he actually played with the capo up on the 2nd fret. And so it's kind of interesting to kind of learn different styles. Of course, I don't have it mastered, and I just take it and then play around with it. And if I get to play with someone, I bring in what I know and do it my style, just like everybody out there. I don't think anybody plays exactly the way Robert Johnson played it. He had an interesting life, actually. It was a very short life. He only lived 27 years. I'm not really sure how he died, but some say he was murdered. Some say he died of some genetic disorder. There was just a lot of different speculations as to how he died. His death certificate, I understand, didn't really say. So he sounds like he may have had somewhat of a sad life. But in any case, he is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as being a legend when it comes to blues. And because these blues riffs that we all have come to love, a lot of them came from his style. And he was the one that he wrote a lot of songs around that. So, but I thought I'd just show you a couple of them. This is one I'm going to show you. I'll show you this A7. And maybe I'll show you just for today, just for the fun of it. So let's start out with that beginning part. This is not any one song. I'm just showing you pieces of the 12-bar blues that you could throw in when you're playing, if you're playing in that key, of course. Usually I've always played in key of E, but in this case we're starting out with A7th to D7th to E7th. So it's a totally different key. Now I'm going to leave the capo off for now, so I think it makes it less confusing. So anyways, and by the way, the only reason why I think he put the capo on was for the way it sounded. There wasn't any rhyme or reason for why, which is a good that is a reason in itself, that if you are playing with a capo, a lot of times it's just you like the way it sounds. It sounds better. And so for those of you out there that hate capos and think they're the worst thing and that they're for weaklings, just keep in mind that our legends out there use capos for a number of reasons. One being sometimes it just plain makes it sound better. Sometimes it kind of inspires you. And I'm not going to get into all the reasons why a person would use a capo, but it's definitely not because they're weak players. Now, I realize there are some people out there that need that to change keys. I use it periodically to change keys when I'm playing in church because it makes it a lot easier for me. But I don't see that as a crutch so much because I play without it as well. So I don't know. But we won't get into that right now. It just came into my mind because I've seen so many things out there, people bashing people for using a capo. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And if you are using it as a crutch, so what? Are you enjoying playing or what? Good. Does it help you play with others? Great. Does it help you singing? Great. Use it. Don't let those people bash you over it. That's just absolutely stupid. So anyways, that's my rant for today. So anyways, okay. So let me move on a little bit. So the first part here is you're actually going to take this is a little bit tough because I have a hard time with keeping it clean myself when I'm playing this. So that's how we're going to get into that. So you're going to take your pinky finger and on strings 6 and 5, cover that with your pinky. And these two fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, are going to pick up strings 2 and 1. And on the 4th string is where you're going to play your bass notes. Okay, so it's... And you're not going to move your pinky finger, just leave it there. And just all you do is from the 5th fret to the 4th fret to the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. Stay on that 4th string and play that bass note so it sounds like this. And then what I do is a hammer on E7th. Okay? You notice right now I'm picking up the low E just to bring in some bass to that. But when we do this next part, we're going to actually play the 5th string. Okay, and you want to mute that just a little bit. So it's not, you want that deadened a little bit. Okay, all right. Okay, so. Now what I'm doing there is I'm making a D shape, okay? And I'm sliding up from about the 3rd or the 2nd fret. Just slide into first bass there. Just slide up to the 5th fret. See where it's like a D shape there? That's actually an A7th, by the way. And what you want to do is pick up that 5th string as you're, and again, I'm muting it a bit, palm muting it. And so you're just using that shape and you're just sliding. It's actually pretty easy. Now what I did there, I played the shape, but I put my pinky finger down and then I lifted it and played the open string. And then I picked up the 2nd string and and played the 4th string. And I do it, you got to do it really fast. Okay, so it goes. Okay, so it's a pinky finger, pick and play it open. Then pick up the 2nd string. You're not picking this up. Don't pick up the D shape. Just all you do is playing the E, picking it, playing the, well actually playing an A note with your pinky because you're pressing down at the 5th fret. And then pick up, and then play the 2nd string. And you know, don't worry about it if it doesn't come out quite like that. It'll probably sound good anyways. That's actually a Robert Johnson move right there. Then you're going to go to the D7th. And what I want you to do is you're going to pick up a bass note, but this time just take your thumb and grab the 2nd fret with your thumb. And mute it a bit. And then if you want, you can do go to your next chord. Well, actually, let me just do it here. And so you're gonna, I'm playing strings 6 and 3. And hammering on my E7th chord. And then play the high E. Sometimes I'll finger around that. You don't have to just... just end it right there, okay? And what I did was well, let me show it to you this way. You can take a D7 shape and just use it right here at the 8th fret. See that, where your pointer finger's on the 8th fret? And you just slid that D shape down. And just end with an A. Okay? All right, so let's put it all together. D7th. All right, so I'm going to leave that with you. I hope it makes sense, and I hope you have some fun with that. And if it doesn't, let me know, and I'll do it again. Because it's really a great one to know. It's fun to know, and there's so many ways you can embellish that and go into other things. And it just, you know, like this part. When we come out of this up here, instead of coming up to this again, you could actually go up here and pick up that A7th here. So there's just so much you can do with it, but I just wanted to show you that much for now and let you play around with that, and make me some notes if you want. to hear it again, or if it's not clear enough, let me know and I'll try it again. Sometimes it's so hard to communicate exactly how to do something. And then what I do is I turn around and do it different. And so, yeah, being consistent is not always easy to do. So, all right. So I'm going to leave it there. But I got to remind you, we're going to have a live coming up next Tuesday. It'll be at 9:30 in the morning. And I hope you can join us there. I'll have by tomorrow or the next day, I will have the announcement under the live tab on my channel. And by the way, when you look at my channel, there's a whole bunch of tabs that go across the top. And if you don't slide that over, you know, if you're working with an iPad, slide it over with your computer. In some cases, you have to slide it over if you're working off of a device like a phone, because you can't see it all. So you don't see things like membership and live and stuff like that. So you got to just take and slide it over and you'll find it. It's along that line, okay? So there is a live tab there, and you'll be able to get the announcements there. And also for the members, there'll be a Zoom call on Monday. So send me your email if you're interested in joining the call, and I'll send you back a link, but you have to be one of my members, okay? All right. So I'm going to leave that right here, and I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.